Just sit right back and hear a tale of a podcast crew who gather around their mighty drink to give their point of view. Hazman is the panel fire, he shows that he has fun, and Donnie our host will jump along, guiding us through the storm, guiding us through the storm. Big T's our rocky, keeps us through, he often gets his say, and just alive he knows the girls and everything Dragon's way, and everything Dragon's way. The Mad Dragon podcast is a journey unforeseen, with Hazman and Donnie to do, and there's Big T and Coco, just the start, Mazza and the other crew, here on the Mad Dragon podcast.
Well, g'day Dragons fans and welcome to the Mad Dragons podcast, brought to you by Complete Warehouse Solutions, a family-owned and operated business with more than 100 years combined experience. Jeff and his team are more than pleased to assist in your Sydney warehouse refurbishment or fit-out project based on Commerce Drive in Lake Illawarra. Get in touch with the team on 42571930. How are we going to overreact tonight? Whenever we win, every player is amazing, should be playing Origin and international football. They should all be on $1 million per year minimum. But whenever we lose, every player is useless. You didn't try. There was no effort. Their body language is terrible. They didn't turn up. We should sack every player, every coach. The board is to blame, and we may never, ever win another game unless we burn down the Leagues Club and bludgeon Peter Douse to death. For the king of overreaction, let's go to Hazman. It's heroes and villains.
There ain't nothing but heroes and villains, more villains than heroes. What can you tell? What from the next? Can you go down from zero? There ain't nothing but heroes and villains, more villains than heroes. All lined up from the east to the west, black and born or an infinite chest.
To change my villain after that little intro, Donnie. So, heroes and villains, round 21. Wounded at Wollongong. I can see clearly now the Dragons are gone. This was a game where we would see exactly where we are as a team this year, and the answer is decidedly not near the top 8. Completely outclassed, out-enthused, and outplayed. Ben Hunt is no Nathan Cleary, that much we know. His kicking was horrendous. The forwards were ineffective. And once again, Tyrell Sloan was completely absent in defence. Oh, wait, he wasn't playing. My bad. Still got to be his fault somehow, right? A packed house at Wollongong deserved a much better performance than what was dished up today. And credit must go to the hard-nosed fans who hung around in the wind and cold right to the end. The result long gone, probably by half-time. It must be said, however, however much better Penrith were, they were somewhat helped by the blind eyes of referee Jared Sutton and the gross incompetence of his assistant Belinda Sharp. How you miss a pass at least 3 metres forward, as was the one leading to the Panthers' second try, is completely beyond me. I know I sound like a broken record, taking pot shots at the officials, but with Sutton, in my opinion, it is always entirely justified. Special mention has to go to Blocker Roach and Warren Smith, who aren't even professional enough to try and hide their Penrith bias and their undying love for Nathan Cleary, and because they are just shit commentators. If we play like that against Melbourne next week, it'll make Anzac Day look like a bloody training run. Back to you, Donnie.
Yeah, thanks, mate. You're consistent if nothing else, which I guess we can't say about the referees or the Dragons. So, you always line up the referees, whether we win by 100 or lose by 100. It's always the referee's fault. So fuck them. All right, let's introduce the panel. We've got a good panel tonight. Jesus, it's normally after a loss, it's hard to get people to come on at all, but it's good to see a few people have jumped on, especially those people that actually went to the game and still want to jump on and have a chat about the Dragons. And of course, I'm talking about Jesse, Big T, and Coco. All were in attendance at that that diabolical performance. I'll go to you, Coco. I know you're on mute, but I'll get you to take it off mute. What possessed you to go to the game and then decide you still want to come on here and talk about it?
Well, first of all, it's a home game. It's a 2 p.m. game. The girls played first, and why not come on and let out the frustration? You know, we're all part of a great team. Yes, disappointing, but I just love hearing what others thought of the game and just let it out. Let our frustrations, let our disappointment out, you know? And it's just good to listen and hear what everyone else thinks. So, and sitting on the hill, you know, it was a bit frustrating because all I heard was "Go Panthers, go!" And I'm like, "Where's the Dragons? There's no army here." So it's really disappointing to hear just "Go Panthers, go!" So I tried to rev the Dragons up, you know. So it's really sad.
Yeah, getting a few comments coming through. Even if we do make the 8, we're only going to be making up the numbers. I don't think today's result does any damage to our chances of making the 8 at all. I thought we were going to make the 8, and I thought we were always going to lose this game. So I don't think it doesn't change anything for me. It makes a few of the other games that that I've written down as possible wins more important, and certainly one coming up against the Bulldogs that I have written down as a possible win. The way the Bulldogs are going, I'm starting to get a little less confident on that. But I don't think today's result changes much in terms of whether we can make the 8 or not. I don't want to talk about too much of the good stuff because there wasn't very much good stuff, and I'm a little bit pissed off, and I want to rant. I don't even want to host the show tonight. I just want to get on my soapbox and tell everybody what I think and what I hate, and I just want to go off tonight. But we will start with some good stuff, Jess. The sellout crowd. I think it's quite phenomenal. A lot about our fans that we're able to get a sold-out game at this stage of the season when we're not that good and taking on a full-strength Panthers team. It says a lot about our fans, doesn't it?
It does. We're all passionate supporters. We want to see the team doing well. It was a pretty very important game in the context of our season. I'm celebrating 25 years of the club, and Big T and Coco were there today. That they can vouch that it was good to see all the ex-players there doing a lap of honour before the game. And then plus we had the girls' game on first. So it was a pretty significant day for the club for both sides as well. And obviously a lot of people wanted to see the this Panthers side that haven't been to Wollongong in quite some time too. So there was plenty riding on, and why there was a big crowd there at Win. And yeah, it was great to see a sellout at Win, and the hill was packed to the rafters. It was great to see. It hasn't happened in a very long time. So yeah, but again the boys were disappointing, and yeah, it was very a somber afternoon in Wollongong.
Yeah, no, it's good to see a big crowd there. Coco sort of mentioned the fact that once again there was a big crowd, but they were kind of silent. I kind of feel like the Army only ever gets involved. I'll go to you, Coco, to address this one, but I kind of feel like the Army only ever gets involved when we're 30 points up. They don't go from the start of the game. They don't lift us right from the get-go. They wait until we're in front. Otherwise, they shut their mouths and don't say anything for the whole game. Is that something? I mean, sitting on the hill, is that something that you think is accurate?
Yeah, that is accurate. Like, that's what annoys me. We have an Army, and there was nothing, not even at the start of the game at kickoff. There was no St. George, or even Saints or St. George Illawarra. And it was really disappointing to not even hear one thing I don't know if it's because we're not in the top 8, but I still believe if you're an Army and you're going there and it's our home game and you're on the hill, you show your passion. No matter if we're going 50-0, you go and lose your voice. That's what I do. Sometimes I yell so much I lose my voice. You got to show that passion to those players on that field, and I just thought it was really disheartening to hear nothing, not even like a squeak, nothing at all. So
I could hear
even
them
being
all
on
on
the
the southern
hill,
stand.
so yeah, nothing. All I heard was Panthers Army, and I'm like, this is just, and the speaker and everything. So I did not like it at all.
Yeah,
What was that, Jess?
The ground announcer was trying to fire the crowd up, and then you could see in the southern stand. The
I
southern stand.
hate that. I hate that more than anything. The ground announcer should shut the hell up. It is not up to the ground announcer to fire up the Dragons fan. The ground announcer probably goes for Penrith or the Roosters. The ground announcer gets paid, and shut up. Even when you I saw Big T and Jesse, you guys did a video and could barely hear you because they don't stop the music. They don't stop the music for 2 seconds. Yeah. There's no gap where people can actually start a chant. There's no gap in the music. It should be up to the crowd to create the atmosphere, not the freaking speakers at the ground.
There's music playing all the time, yeah, Donnie.
It just doesn't stop.
No.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I remember when I went there, trying to record my game day video, and I couldn't find a gap in the music. I had to go up the back, away from the speakers, away from the ground to try and record the game day video. I wanted to do it right down on the sideline, but I just couldn't do it because you couldn't hear me. And then I went up at the top, and it was too windy, and they couldn't hear me anyway, so it didn't make too much difference. But
I heard
it should be up to the crowd, but it should be up to the crowd to create the atmosphere, though. It shouldn't be up to the ground announcer to tell the fans to start chanting Dragons.
We did hear
we should be doing
Dragon chants there. Even Big T and I, we could hear a Dragon chant coming from the southern grandstand, and we'd clap with them. Remember that, Big T?
Yeah. You clapped with them. Oh, good job.
We did. Everyone was trying to fire them up. People in the southern grandstand.
Can I just say, too, the game was gone after half an hour. Panthers had 70% possession of the ball in the first half an hour. And boom, 22-0. The game was gone then. We were gone then. So it was a bit lackluster from there, I think it was. The crowd was low because the team was low. So I don't know how to change that.
Again, that is a difficult issue. When the crowd does, or when the team's not playing well, it does suck the energy out of the crowd. But it's the crowd's job to actually try and lift the team and try and change momentum as well. A good crowd response, even when you're behind. If you start getting behind the team and cheering them on, then you'll be surprised at how positively they respond to that. If you go quiet, then they just fade out of it as well. So if we want the team to show better body language and to to be more involved and invested and trying hard right to the 80th minute, then the fans have to as well. We can't expect the players to do that if we're sitting there going, well, this is all over after 10 minutes. I'm just going to sit here with my arms folded and be pissed off. That's exactly what the players are going to do as well. They're going to react the same way as we do.
True.
But Big T, I mean, for those of us that weren't there, it did look like there was, a few things put up for the 25 years of St. George Illawarra celebration, some ex-players and all that sort of stuff. I think Jesse said they did a lap of honour. I mean, we didn't see any of that. Can you talk us through what it was that went on, prior to kickoff?
Oh, mate, there was heaps of legends there. Craig Young was there. John Doherty was there. All from Illawarra, from the Dragons, from St. George Illawarra Dragons and St. George Dragons, all from the past. They were all there. Rod Wishart, Trent Barrett was there.
Mary
McGregor. They were all there. They came out. But just seeing those guys, watching them walk out and then walking around waving to the crowd, that picked the crowd up a little bit. and then they went out and stood a guard of honour for all the players to run through. So that would have been good for the players, you know. And yeah, it wasn't a lot. It was probably 10 minutes of fanfare, and then they got on with the game.
Yeah. All right. Well, man, I'm going to mix up what I've written down, so I'm going to be all over the place tonight. But I'm just looking at all the comments that are coming through, and well, pretty much all the comments mentioning one particular player who didn't have his best game. I've got this a little bit lower down in the agenda, but let's talk about Ben Hunt. 6 errors, 3 kicks out on the full, a couple of drop balls, a pass a great pass, actually. Great pass that hit the touch judge right on the chest. It was a ripper. I know we lost by 36 points, but how bad was Hunt? And is this a sign that we need to get rid of him? Or was it just a one-off bad game?
Look, I thought Hunt was absolutely bloody awful. I mean, his kicking was probably worse today than I've seen it. You know, I'm not going to say the wind wasn't a factor. It probably was, but that didn't seem to affect Cleary too much. In fact, he seemed to use it a lot better. I mean, Hunt was, you know, bloody kicking dropouts out in the bloody full, and you know, giving him bloody 7 tackle sets and all that stupid shit. That someone of his experience, he should be above that. I honestly, I wouldn't extend him any further than he's already been. I'd go to market and throw everything but the kitchen sink at Sam Walker. Although with the way that our forwards were today, I don't think even Bobby Fulton would have made a rat's ass of difference to the, you know, we bloody played. Forwards didn't do shit. So, I mean, how's Hunt meant to do anything when he's, you know, when his forwards aren't going forward?
As Chris Holmes says, though, he did kick a 40-20, though. I mean, we should forgive him because he did one good thing. No, that's not what Chris Holmes is getting at. But...
No, we should forgive every other cock up that he made because he did one good kick. That's some Paul McGregor shit there, Donny. Do better.
Oh, just shit stirring, mate. I think it was a dreadful performance from Ben Hunt. He was behind a badly beaten forward pack, and that's probably the Chris's interview. That's not what he said. Yeah. No, it was it wasn't the point that he was trying to make it all. I was just trying to shit stir a little bit, and it wasn't my best work, but it was a terrible game from Ben Hunt. I get frustrated that he seems to wear all the blame all the time. He was behind a badly beaten forward pack, and I do want to get into talking about the forwards as well, because I think they were absolutely dreadful. I think they were terrible, and that makes it difficult for the halves. But regardless of the wind conditions, Ben Hunt kicking 3 balls out on the full, that's not because the forward pack wasn't going forward. Like, that's inexcusable. You can't, like, one out on the full on a windy day, you get one just not quite right and it goes out on the full, fine. But kicking 3 out on the full is terrible. A pass that goes into touch when you're trying to throw the long pass to the winger in windy conditions, again, it can happen. Maybe you should be shortening up your passes a little bit. I don't know, but there was a few that were understandable, but they mounted up, and Ben Hunt's performance was not good enough at all. But I do want to get into talking a bit about the forwards, Jesse. Actually, I'll go to Big T with this one because. You gave votes to Hame Saleh. We're not doing Mad Dragons Podcast Player of the Year voting, and I know he did have good meters, but I mean, can you tell me why you thought Hame Saleh had a good game?
Because he was always there. He wanted about 45 tackles or something. 45 tackles.
I think it was 40.
25 minutes. Yeah, 45 tackles, something like that.
Yeah, 40.
Depends on what you look at. missed 4, but that wasn't the worst in the team. I think Jaden Sewell missed 7. So, I thought he played well today. He was there. He made the tackles. He did miss a couple. He came in too early, and they went around him. But I thought he played well today. It's different watching it at the ground than it is watching it on telly. I'll tell you now, very very much different.
Yeah, I thought he was dreadful. I thought Hame Sele was amongst our worst players. Like, he was one of the blokes I was so frustrated with, because there was 2 tries where the defence line is like that. It's a straight line. When you come up in a straight line, there were at least 2 tries where he comes up sideways and ends up directly behind one of his own players, and then somebody puts on one step and goes straight through the hole in the spot where he's supposed to be fucking standing. You can't come up sideways and just get in behind your own player. Like, you've got to hold that line. Like, it was dreadful defence.
He was one of our 2 of our forwards to run more than 100 metres. Him and Toby Casper.
Yeah, he also played 65 minutes, mate. Like, why is he on the field for 65 minutes? He's just back from injury. He's not fit enough to be playing that long.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I'll take your opinion on it, and we'll work on that. We'll be good about it. We won't argue. We don't argue on this show. We just keep it.
We do argue. We're like NRL 360. Come on, let's fight.
on your candy.
Let's throw down. Yeah.
We're Dragon 720.
Oh, don't throw me into a tree.
We're Dragon 720.
Does
24.
Does that make Big T Buzz Rothfield?
Yeah, I'll be buzzed. Yeah,
No, he looks like Gordon Tallis.
Vodka?
He's a Queenslander. It's got to be Gordon Tallis.
I need a vodka.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the same haircut.
Don't insult Big
Yes,
T, mate.
He's got to be Paul King. Oh, that's right. He's not there anymore.
No.
I'll take Brave.
Oh,
No,
really
Donny's Brave. Donny's Brave.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't want
Who's the
to
most?
be the most overrated player in the competition, mate. Oh, where are we? All right.
Here.
Rob Saguna, he's put this one up. Toby Couchman was good, so
yeah.
I'll go to you with this one, Jesse. Toby Couchman, 37 minutes in this game, and looked to be comfortably, one of our most impressive middle forwards. Do you think it's time he got more minutes or even a chance to start?
Yeah, I would start him. I mean, we've persevered with Frankie Molo and Jack DeBellin up front for pretty much all year. Frankie Molo's been solid without being great, so I don't know. I definitely would try Toby Couchman up front, because he's the future of our club. And if we keep persevering with these players, these more experienced players, their younger guys in our future won't get the much needed experience they need. So I think we need to look at blooding the Couchman twins, even a Viliami Fafita. We need to look to blood these players, and Couchman should get a start for at least the last 6 games. Just give him some experience. Yes, I know we're still in the race for the semis, but for me, I don't think we're going to get there. I think Toby Couchman should get a start for the last 6 games and give him some more experience for next year.
Yeah. I stopped listening a little bit after you said Frankie Molo was solid. I started grinding my teeth, and
I got 64 metres, I think. 34 metres on you, man.
34 metres. But
34 metres.
Yeah, I want to stay with our middle forwards, and I'll go to Coco with this one. I can sit down, I can scroll through Facebook or Twitter or any of the social media platforms and not find any mention of Frank Molo and how shit he is. If he was playing, if Blake Laurie played the way Frank Molo did today, it would be fucking everywhere. Why is there no mention of how shit Frank Molo is?
I think it's based on how big the star is. We hack, Sloan got dropped, he gets hacked on. Same with Ben Hunt, he gets hacked on, he's a captain. What Blake Laurie gets hacked on, we just hack. And because it all depends. No, and don't come at me with the hacking, okay? Because yes, today we were shit house, and we were shit house in front of 18,988 people. And,
Nearly
you know,
90,000
maybe,
was good.
yeah, it was. And, you know, if we don't, yes, I'm a girl. I love my footy. Yes, I haven't played a game in my life, but watching terrible plays on that field today, and especially our forwards, and we are allowed to say, "Hey, this guy messed up today," and he didn't. But yeah, I want to ask the fans actually. This is the fans because I have no idea. Why do you not hack on Molo or anybody else in our team like you hack on every other person? Fans, tell me. I'd like to know. Love to know. Let me know in the Coco world. You know?
Okay, well.
The Coco World.
Yeah, in the Coco Dragon world. You know, because
Yeah.
The
I have
world of
nothing at the
Coco.
moment. I don't know why fans hack on. You know,
Yeah.
you can't blame.
Why do they pick one player and not another? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I want to know. Why do you pick on one player? Your hackers got good old Sloan to New South Wales Cup, so you can't blame that cherub person. You know, yeah. Zach looked like he was a bit pissed off today. He was like, when we went for a challenge, I could hear him go, "Oh, fuck me dead." That's what he
Oh,
said. You did. I was on that's the hill for you. He's like, "Oh, fucking hell." And I'm like, "Yep, Zach,
Jesus.
I understand you too."
Yeah, Dave Holland wants me to cut the swearing out. Well, I'll give you the hot tip, Ray. I'm going to swear my fucking head off tonight because I'm pissed off. That game was fucking atrocious and I fucking hated it. I'm going to keep swearing.
I
Fuck this side. I'm
apologize.
so annoyed.
I'm sorry about the swearing. That's how I get my passion out. And I'm David. I apologize. And
No,
it's
he was
at 9:02 p.m.
he was talking to me. For some reason, he calls me Ray. I don't know why, but
Oh wait. You know.
Rabbit Warren, isn't it?
yes, that's what he's getting at. I don't see the resemblance, but anyway.
The voice.
But yeah, let's all be honest. If Blake Laurie had a game where he had 4 runs for 36 meters, you would not hear the end of it. It would be talked about by every hater for months. In fact, I'm pretty sure Blake Laurie had one similar performance to this last season, and it still gets brought up from time to time. Like, Molo plays like this once every 2 to 3 weeks. He has one good game and then has a month where he plays like a busted arsehole, and no one says anything. Frank Molo is fucking hopeless. Blake Laurie is 3 times the player he is, but no one criticises Frankie. Why the hell this useless potato still our starting prop? Like, why is he still our starting front rower? Can you give me any indication as to why Frank Molo not only plays in the Dragons team, not only in the 17, but he's our starting prop? Big T, have you got anything for me?
He's on big dollars. I don't know. Maybe they've got to play him because he's on such big dollars. Where else would you got? You can't put him down in reserve grade. Maybe put him on the bench. And he covers. He's bigger than Blake Laurie, so he wants big now. So Raymond Tolamarin's big. Jason Sewell's a big boy. So I bumped into that Loco Pacific Tonga, the kid today.
He's a
I actually kicked him in the leg, and I said, "Sorry, buddy." I said, "Sorry, buddy," and he goes, "Yeah, all right." Oh, it's got a deep voice. So now I don't know why Molo's there. I think his brother's better than him, so I don't know why he's in reserve grade. So who knows?
Yeah, this guy, Matty Hasler, also bringing up Ben Murdoch-Masila. He comes off the bench, though. Like he had two missed tackles. It was 3 missed tackles before. They must have taken one off him.
I think he said
Tasman.
gave him himself.
Well, he'd only missed three. He's only missed 3 tackles all season, Ben Murdoch-Masila, and I had a look before, and he missed 3 today, which doubled his tally for the entire year. So he didn't have a good game either. But it looks like his season might be done.
Now too.
Might be done.
I think he's injured.
Towards
the end of the game, he got a cork. Towards the end of the game.
It was more serious than a cork, I reckon, Coco. He was punching the ground. He was absolutely filthy at the Panthers. He wanted to fight the lot of them because, I mean, for him, a guy at his stage of his career, an injury like that could be not just end of his season. That could be the end of his career. That could be the way he finishes his career. So
He
he was absolutely filthy.
hasn't got a contract
Yeah.
next year, has he?
He does not, no.
No, so there it is. Like, if he's gone for the rest of the season, who's going to sign him? He's in
He's
the
30
wrong.
No one in the NRL.
He's 33 already, so yeah.
He's
I
already
think
been
That's it.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd reckon that might be it for Big Ben. What do you reckon, Hasman?
I mean, what exactly is the injury? Do we know?
We don't, no.
Or Muhammad.
Mo's saying he's guessing ACL.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was like
the
his
fact that
lower
he's-
leg or something. I saw he
Okay.
couldn't really walk off the field when he was
Yeah.
trying to get off the field.
Look, I mean, the fact that he was, sort of hitting the ground with his hands and all that sort of shit, that suggests to me that it's at least season ending. And as you said, Donny could very well be game over for him. So it's obviously not just a twisted this or a fractured that or whatever. It's obviously something pretty serious for him to react like that. You have to think.
Yeah, I think it's an ankle. I saw too. I heard it was an ankle.
Was him Hussein saying ankle in the comments. Stephen Bates saying he heard something go, so something popped. Whether that's a knee. I think everyone in the ground would have heard it if it was an Achilles. But something's gone. He's heard it, and I don't know. It's a shame because I think he certainly has had a better season this year than he had last year. I think getting used a lot more effectively by Flano than he was last year by Hook, and it's never nice to see a player finish his career with an injury. That's for sure. Regardless of what you might think of his output on the field, I think it's devastating to see that sort of thing happen, and a terrible way for him to finish off what's been a pretty good career. He's certainly going to have some tales to tell, but hopefully that's not the end. Hopefully we do get to see him before the season is out, and they do some scans and it's not as bad as first did. But we talked a bit about the forwards. Let's move into the back line. Jesse, let's talk about the dropping of Tyrell Sloan. Was this the wrong move from Flano to remove the little speed we have from our attack, or do you think it was the right decision for where he's at the moment?
I think it was the right decision. Flano had to pick the best side out there. He had to make the big call. I think Flano had enough after the game against the Broncos, where he nearly cost us the game. He had 2 or 3 tries he missed. Yes, it didn't work out. Matt Feeney went off with the HIA too, so eventually Zach Lomax had to go back there. But yeah, I think it was the right call in the context of the season where we were at, and what the position we were in. And we saw in New South Wales Cup yesterday that Sloan had some bad reads there as well. So I think it was justified that Flano does mean business. He doesn't care who you are, and if you're not performing, you drop them. I know Sloan wasn't the only underperformer before this game, but he had to make a call, and I think he may have made the right one. Hopefully Sloan can learn from that before he gets back to the top grade.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's the same on everybody else's end, but yeah, no, that was can't change it now. There we go. Sorry, I'm having a bit of technical difficulty here, but we got you there in the end. You broke up a little bit there for me, so I don't know whether everybody else got that as well. But I think it was the right decision. I actually think Tyrell Sloan would have been dropped a lot earlier if we had other options. We don't have any fullbacks in the squad. We don't have anybody else that can come in and replace him. We replaced him in the end. You know, after that game against Brisbane, he decided enough's enough, and he had to make a call and bring in a guy that's never played fullback in the NRL. I don't know that he's played much fullback in his entire career before playing 11 reserve grade games this season in Matty Feeney. So that was the level of desperation that we got to, that he was bringing in a guy that it's not his natural position, playing in a key spot. That's how bad Tyrell Sloan has been going defensively. And the fact is he hasn't really made up for his defensive deficiencies with brilliance in attack. He hasn't brought anything for us in attack. He is our only speed, but I don't know his speed has actually created any more than 2 or 3 tries in what the last 10 weeks.
He scored one try.
I think he scored 1 try, but he definitely set at least one up that I can remember. But there's probably a couple of others where his speed has been vital in setting up a try. But yeah, I think he has been struggling as much in attack as he has been in defence. Whereas there are other fullbacks in the competition. You look at a Reece Walsh or a Kalen Ponga. Their defence is every bit as bad as Tyrell Sloan's is. But they make up for it by being brilliant in attack, by being indispensable to their teams in attack. So, yeah, I don't know. I think in the end it was the right decision, but I don't know if Coco's still there. Coco, with Matt Feeney, didn't get much time at the back, so we didn't get to see if he's actually capable of playing at fullback. But his concussion, that should rule him out of the next game. Do you think Sloan comes straight back into the side?
I'd like to see him come in, but being Melbourne, I just think Sloan might need another time in the New South Wales Cup, because it's like today. If he was playing today, it would have warped his confidence, because the speed of those guys that were playing, they would have ran over him, and all the hackers would be hacking on him. So I think to continue his development and his confidence, I don't know what I'm saying. However, his confidence, and to continue with his NRL season, I think he should stay in New South Wales Cup for another time, because we've got Melbourne, and that's hard enough. But the job is, who will be fullback? That's what I want to know. Like, will Zach go back there? We need someone with speed, and I don't know,
We don't have anyone with speed, Coco.
Okay, I'm volunteering. I might throw my head. I'll probably need to ask my
Maybe.
alpha button.
Maybe if we get Valentine Holmes, you might get some speed. He'd be a ringer with him.
No thanks.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Again, we'll get to Valentine Holmes. We'll leave that one for a little bit. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll stick to the Dragons, the actual Dragons for now, not the mystery maybe wannabe. Fantasy Dragons.
But you know what the Dragons need to do, right? They need to go to training either tomorrow or Monday morning. Watch the Storm. This is what I've always said to them. They need to go and watch the centers. The wingers need to look at their opposition. The fullback and everyone needs to watch how they play, because the Storm are like the Panthers. They are very fast paced. We're not even fast paced. We are strongly behind, and whenever we do have a moment of in the play, it's like we feck up. It's like we can't do it because we're 2 spaces behind. Where Melbourne, and I'm really afraid, Melbourne, it's exactly like today's game. They're going to trample all over us, and we need speedsters, and we need the coach to actually throw a chair. Put people in New South Wales Cup if they need to. We were a big deal today.
Me and Hasman were talking about this at half time. We got together and had a chat at half time, and Hasman basically said the same thing as you then, Coco. Like, Flanagan needs to get in there, tear the paint off the walls, throw a chair, punch somebody. He's done that 3 times already this year. You can't do that every week. If you go in ranting and raving every week, throwing chairs, knocking doors off hinges, the players just stop listening to you. And as soon as the players stop listening to you, mate, you may as well quit as the coach. Like, you only get 2 or 3 of them a year. You can't do that every week.
Yep, I understand. It's like Craig Bellamy. When he has his moments, and he's not throwing, but he has he's yelling at them, and they know. They're scared. Bellamy. If they play the shit house, he he will, and they know. I remember Cheese was like, I don't want to go in there because he will come to me and tell me what I've done wrong. I want that to be like our Dragons, to go in there and go, oh, I messed up and I'm going to own it. But it's like, I don't know, it's like there's something blocking them and I don't know what it is. And it's really frustrating to see it because, you know, there were moments in that game that were great moments. And then the minute it was like they were blindsided and that was it. And it was really hard to watch because it was like, you can do it. I can see it, but it was just not there. It was like they were training, but it wasn't actually there. You know, it was the end game, the end moment. You know, everything was either an error or something was forward or the tackle wasn't right, and it was like, well, and that's why Panthers won. They overshadowed us. They were running. They were going straight. They had their forwards, and you know, Luai, Cleary, Bizza, all of them were running around, making sure. Like Luai had 5 guys in the try and tackle him. He went past
Oh.
them all. You know,
Well, I
it's
tried.
They just stand there and look at
He
him,
stood
mate.
there looking at him all
yeah,
day.
exactly. It's like
He did it heaps of
just do
times.
it, and you know, it was just easy tries. You know, it's like, oh, it was just really frustrating to see. You know. And it's and that we're not up to par. You know, no wonder why we're in the bottom 8 because
Yeah.
we're not up to par, and they're going probably to finals. We're going to be going to the fitness session in the off season.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I
that,
think there's every chance we can go to finals as well. I still think we can make finals. I don't think that's off the table at all.
yeah,
But there's a few people picking up on your Bellamy comment that Bellamy's like that all the time. Bellamy's like that in up the top, like
yeah,
not to the players. He's not going down. He's not
Yeah.
carrying on like that and going and you know punching doors and tearing into
Yeah,
the team
yeah.
every single week in the sheds at half time. He carries on in the moment when it happens,
yeah,
and then I think he calms down and he's a little bit
Yeah.
more level headed when he goes and actually has a conversation with the players.
yeah,
I don't think he's tearing strips off the players every single week. Like
yeah,
I think he's got a pretty good relationship with them and has a bit of a laugh and
yeah,
you know.
He'd have very high expectations, though, Donny. If you don't meet them, you're playing reserve for it.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, 100% agree. He definitely has huge expectations, and yeah, but he also simplifies a player's role. That's one of the things I've heard. That's one of the things I've heard about Bellamy is he simplifies each individual's role in terms of what they've got to do. So it's that's why he gets so much out of fairly limited players. I remember Brian Norrie talking about the fact that go out there, have 12 runs, get 100 meters. That was it. That was his job. And that was the only thing he thought when he went out. He went out there, he got 12 runs, he had 100 metres, he came off, he'd done his job. Dumb front rower, just did what he had to do. And Bellamy simplified it for him, whereas other coaches made it very complicated and he got confused and didn't know what to do.
Brings out the best in some fringe players. I mean, like if they played at another club, they wouldn't be at another club. At Melbourne, he makes it work. And he gets the best out of those players.
Yeah, no, he's certainly a very good coach. I don't think I'll rate him as one of the greatest coaches if he never leaves Melbourne though. I think other coaches that have left and gone and done it, implemented that same system at a different club and had success. I think they will still sit above Craig Bellamy if he never leaves Melbourne. But you look at the team they've got and what he's able to do, and he's very good at what he does. He's a fantastic coach for sure. But getting back to Tyrell Sloan, Big T, Coco's indicated that she doesn't think Tyrell Sloan will come straight back into the team. A lot of people in the comments, pretty much everybody in the comments agrees with that. So if Matt Feeney is out, I mean, who goes to fullback? If it's Zach Lomax, who comes onto that wing? I mean, what changes are you making to cover for that loss?
I don't think we've got many people left, have we? They're all dropping like flies at the moment. We've got Jack Bird.
Your Jack Bird or Mika Ravaloa. That's pretty much it.
Ravaloa, that's about. Tamale got hurt or something today, or so, I heard he got hurt the other day.
No, it was Sione Finau. So Civilio Tamale's available and an option, but Flanagan has been reluctant to use him since he's gone to Canberra, since he signed with Canberra.
Mate, he's in the 30. We have to use him. If we've got to shuffle players around, that's what we've got to do. We've got to use those players, even if you don't like him, or the coach think he's out of favour. We've got to use him. So he'll probably
Finau's out for the season, Bates said, Donny. He said,
"Yeah, I know, mate.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Well, I told you that. I told you that in the comments during the game, Jess. But I don't know whether you
come on, Jess.
But I got it from Batesy, so yeah. he told me, I told you.
You're sitting down tonight, Donny.
Yeah, mate, I can't be asked standing. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to come in. You just got to use the players you got.
I have a feeling it'll be Ravaloa will come in. But yeah, well, Jesse, you watched the New South Wales Cup game as I did. I can't imagine that fills you with too much confidence the way Ravaloa went in the New South Wales Cup game.
Definitely not. He showed he belongs there. He doesn't belong in first grade. No, not with defence like that. He still runs off his wing, and until he gets that right, he's not going to make it as an NRL winger. So no, I wouldn't be bringing Rav back. I mean, who cares?
So who are you bringing in?
If
you bringing Sloan in, you bringing Rav in, you bringing Bird in. I mean, who are you bringing in?
I don't.
There
care
are options.
I don't care that Tamale's going. Give him a start. I don't care. He's still with us now.
That's right.
Use him.
Yeah.
Use him.
Well. Yeah. No. I tend to agree, but Ricky Stewart will be sitting there going, "Thank you very much, Dragons, helping us out, getting a little bit of time into him, blood him into first grade, fantastic." And then Dragons fans can complain even more about what we're letting go. I think we're just setting ourselves up to get smacked in the face again. But either way, we're going to get smacked around. Stephen Bates is saying Bird will come back in.
Yeah,
please play no boy. Yes.
Rob Segurna put Hunt on the wing. Yeah.
Well, we've already got one,
Hunt. Yeah, well, bring. He must be talking about Kim Hunt, Jess.
Yeah,
bring her into the NRL side, put her on the wing.
Well, we actually said that. We actually said that today, Jess. Should have brought Kim Hunt instead of Photo Moala. But anyway, that's another show.
Yeah, Super borrow Tegan Berry for fullback.
We'll bring Tegan Berry in for fullback, yeah. Play fullback in both grades.
Well, Coco.
Yes, I'm here.
We're talking about a couple of the potential changes there in Matt Feeney being out with a concussion, but Couchman, Sewer, Raymond Fatala, Mariner, Matt Feeney, they're all on report. So with the HIA and Ben Murdoch-Masila also up with a serious injury, do you think there's a chance Flano is actually forced to have a very different team next week?
Maybe. Oh, it's so hard to know with, we've got in. See, this is not fun. We've got one of the hardest
You can't.
We might need some of you guys to go and play for them, hey?
Yeah.
Donnie, come over, and what's your position? Where would you play? We'll put everyone on. I'll be the coach. Okay, go this way. Go that way. Well, Jack Bird. Okay. How did Jack Bird play New South Wales Cup? How did he go, Jesse?
Terrible.
He went terribly.
Well, then he's out. He's not in the team. Then he's
terrible.
back there. He can continue to be terrible at New South Wales Cup.
So it was Ruther and Bird were on they were centre and winger on the right hand side, and that was the side the Panthers scored all their tries down.
Oh, that's not good about Rafa. He's the same. He's like, when he's on, he's brilliant. When he's off, it's like, nah, don't even worry.
Yeah, he played front row of the Dragons.
Donny,
I
the
don't
front
know then.
rower.
This is hard. Who would?
Rob Seguna's put me in the front row. I played about 20 seconds of in the front row during my entire career, mate. I was actually played most of my career as a dummy half, and then I got too tall, and then I was a winger for the rest of it. So I was one of the fastest players on the team, mate. But that was a long time ago.
I've said many times, Jack Bird's done. He's done. I don't think he should play NRL again, Jack Bird. His time up there is done.
Yep, no more Jack Bird.
No.
But
Ryan Couchman on report as well. Billy Army Fafita as well. I think Billy Army Fafita's in a fair bit of trouble for his one. He was a late hit off the ball. He was nowhere near it. So he's again a couple of the guys that could potentially be considered might be in a bit of trouble for things they did in New South Wales Cup as well.
What about Dylan Egan, Donny?
yeah, but you're bringing these players in. We're up against Melbourne guys. Like you can't.
But we're talking about Big T. If Raymond Fatala-Mariner, Jaden Sewer, Toby Couchman, Ryan Couchman, Billy Army Fafita, if all these guys are suspended,
I know. Who do you bring in, Johnny?
You have to bring someone in.
You watch the lower grades and all the younger boys. Who can we bring in?
Well,
If
that's exactly what we're trying to work out. It's Michael Molo,
Dan Russell,
Michael Molo, Dylan Egan, these sorts of guys that have to come into consideration. I mean, these guys that we're talking about, they're the only ones that are available, and it's not the ideal situation. I wouldn't think to be giving a guy like Dylan Egan his debut. He's a very, very, very handy defensive player, Dylan Egan. He's been wonderful in defence. He's starting to develop as an attacking player, as an edge forward that can create some headaches. He made a great line break. I think he scored a try in that game as well and was pretty good.
We've seen debutants come out and have an absolute blinder against us, and why can't one of ours do that against Melbourne? You know what I mean? Like bring this kid in, and it's tough, but we have seen a debutant have an absolute blinder and score 3 or 4 tries.
Yeah, it's usually done on the back of the rest of their players playing pretty well too, though. Big T, it's not a debutant coming out and scoring 3 tries and being the best on the field at a team that loses by 60.
Dan Russell might be another one that they may have to bring in, Donny. I mean, people saying he's been going okay.
He's not a first grader, but that's definitely an option. I've never been a fan of Dan Russell. I've always said Billy Burns was the player we should have kept instead of Dan Russell. Dan Russell's probably
have an alarm that goes off whenever someone says Billy Burns. Should have an alarm that goes.
Every time I see it, I just look for the steam coming out of Hasman's ears. Give me nothing, Hasman.
No one even spoke about Blake Laurie coming to the side.
Well, there's the steam. Yeah. No, Blake Laurie will 100% be in the team next week. He'll be one of the first blokes picked.
No, he won't. Flanner's not that stupid.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Although he did pick Lomax. He did put Lomax at fullback today, which basically gave him a license to throw those stupid fucking passes.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not quite as intelligent as I'm giving him credit for.
That's why he was on the wing. That's why he's on the wing. So he can't do those stupid passes.
You can't do that shit anymore.
What stupid passes are you talking about? He did one where he passed it straight to Max Finai, who wasn't fucking looking.
He did it a few times.
The one
he did it about fucking 3 or 4 times.
That was a great pass, that one.
Yeah. What about the one that he gave Tuipulotu, where he drew in 3 men, threw the pass around the corner, and sets up Christian Tuipulotu?
What about the one he threw in the truck?
That one's okay.
Yeah, he tried it 4 times and it worked once.
Twice.
It worked once. We scored fucking 2 tries the whole game. What did anybody else do? Tell me somebody else that did something to create a try. Any other player that did something that might have created points. Tell me something that one other player did that was creative apart from Zach Lomax. He's the only bloke that tried fucking anything.
Here,
The rest of them did
agree.
nothing.
I agree with you, Donny. That was right.
Hunt
And
tried
we
all
couldn't
sorts of
say
shit.
we
It
won the
just didn't
second
work.
half because it was 2 minutes, not even
on
a
the
second to
floor.
go. We only got one try in the second half, which was
Spin
abysmal.
Hunt kept bombing for fucking Big T and Jesse and Coco. Like,
Yeah, that's right. He did.
I know.
He did.
yeah, nowhere near it.
James Fisher Harris played a part better than Ben Hunt. He wasn't even on the field.
I gave him a touch up.
What did you say to JFH, mate?
I said, "Hey, Eric, you going back on or what?" He says,
He kept looking at you.
He goes, I said, "You're not going back on. You've done your groin, mate. Good on
He
you."
kept giving you the look, Big T.
He gave me the look. He wanted to bash me.
Bash it. See the car park. How about that?
Oh, mate, he is an absolute beast. I'll get up close to him, and he's just big all over. I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley. I'm telling you now.
Our Big T won a shirt today too.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got the yes.
Has anybody got the photo there? Because it was.
no.
I don't know how they knew your size, Big T. It was a perfect fit.
I'll post it on the Mad Dragon podcast page later tonight.
What did you have to do to win the shirt, mate? What did you have to do?
Oh, you should have seen me. You should have seen me. They were throwing shirts into the crowd. The girls were throwing shirts into the crowd.
The NRLW girls were coming around. Yeah,
mate, this was one of those classic catch moments because I stuck my arm out like this. I'm going like this. I tell you now, no word of a lie. Both my feet came off the ground, and I was in the air, and I caught this ball, and then landed back on my feet. That was just so fantastic.
You dived, took it directly out of the hands of a 5-year-old kid, didn't you?
I actually did it. I put the picture up. I tried it on. It didn't quite fit, and I gave it to some kid. So some kid was happy that he got my shirt. I should have signed it. Anyway, didn't have a pen.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
All right. Well, that's enough talking about this horseshit game. Let's Jesse, let's get into the potential signings. Let's go to fantasy land and talk about players that apparently we're looking to sign. Valentine Holmes. What are your thoughts on this one, mate?
I think he's past it. There's a reason why the Cowboys are not standing in his way for it. He was even moved out of center from Origin to the wing because he was bad in defense. We keep signing players that have played their best football and it's way behind them. And I think Flano might have missed the boat. Val has his best football is behind him, and he's getting towards the back end of his career. I know he played his best football under him at Cronulla, but yeah, the way he's gone there, he hasn't had a good year. I wouldn't be bringing him back. No, I wouldn't be bringing him to the Red Bee. No.
What are you doing there, Big T?
I was just saying, Rob Saguna. Go back to the last slide you up there. Sam Walker, please, but I don't think you can get him away from the Roosters.
Well, he's not off contract. He's not available. We haven't been linked with him. Yeah, but if he's got a contract and he doesn't want to leave, and he hasn't gone to his manager and said, "Can you go out and explore options for me?" Then a contract means the world. If he does not want to leave.
How do you know he hasn't? He might be out there quietly.
Well, maybe he has. Maybe he has. And his manager just hasn't told any fucking journalist. Maybe that's a thing.
Let's keep it quiet.
Maybe that's a thing. He just keep it on the down low. I don't want anybody to know that I've got a player that could potentially get. I don't know how much would the Dragons offer Sam Walker, Big T?
You'd have to offer him 1.6, wouldn't you? You'd have to offer him about $1.5 million.
Yeah,
Easy.
twos, mate, twos. Exactly.
Yeah,
We would need $2 million a year to get Sam Walker, and Sam Walker playing behind this forward pack would be every bit as useless as Kyle Flanagan.
Yeah,
like he just would not be effective behind what the Dragons have got. Like he wouldn't. If Sam Walker, I'll put this on record. I said it on the group chat. I'll put this on record now. If Sam Walker leaves the Roosters to come to the Dragons, I will walk backwards from Perth to Sydney. It'll never happen.
Nice.
It won't happen.
We can raise a lot of money doing that, Donny.
No. Well, we might need a little bit more, but well, to lighten the mood, here's Big T in a very
there he is. Yes.
perfect fitting shirt. He said the girls came around with the shirts. They said, "What size are you?" And Big T said, "I'm a small."
Yeah, but it did look good. It made me look slim, so I maybe should have kept it so I could wear it underneath everything else. So
how did you get that on?
I had the crowd. The whole crowd was behind me too.
Next question. How did you get it off to give it to a kid without having to use scissors?
No, I'm pretty agile, mate. I'm pretty flexible. I'm a contortionist. I can get inside I can get inside a matchbox.
He was asking Kelly Brown, give it to me.
No, I didn't say. I said give it to me. I threw it out. And I tell you what, that dive.
Keely Brown was the one that chucked it to him.
What was that?
Keely Brown chucked it to you.
Yeah, because she loves me.
Yeah.
I actually made up a slideshow to bring on tonight, but my laptop just shit itself. So I'm on the iPad now. So I'll see if I can fix it during the week. Because that means I'll walk down memory lane. Will be. I'll see what I can do.
Well, it's got a little bit of time left. Well, here's a suggestion: Jesse Markey to 5'8", Kyle to fullback.
Justin,
I'm not sure if he's taking a piss. Jesse Markey, I don't know if he's done his hamstring again, so I don't think he's available. So that might be one issue. Just one issue. That's the only one I've got. Apart from that, fine.
Is he drunk?
Well, I know I am. Cheers.
No, right, Madison. God,
no. Ryan Madison. Okay. There's another suggestion. No, there's no dumb ideas. Just dumb people.
that's right. Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm in that category as well. Hasman, another rumoured player that we're looking to sign is Corey Horsburgh. What do you think about the big horse coming to the Dragons?
You can't go wrong with the redhead, so I'll get behind that. And
He'll be your new favourite.
Where's the harm in it? He could be the new Jackson Ford.
Yeah, there you go.
Who starts playing like shit, then he turns into the new Billy Burns.
Yeah,
if it comes to Jackson Ford, you won't forget. You'll forget about Jackson Ford, man.
I'll never forget about Jackson Ford.
I love
you to remind me.
I love a cult hero like Corey Horsburgh, but and I actually think he brings a few things the Dragons need in terms of he plays with aggression, he plays hard, he runs hard, he does all those sorts of things. But
he's got passion.
Yeah, he does. He's got a lot of passion, but he's a dumbass and he's not that talented. I don't think he makes our reserve grade team. Like honestly, I don't.
He hasn't played any first grade before this year, has he?
He found out he was going to be a dad 2 weeks before the baby was born. How good's that?
He's hardly been cited this year in first grade, Horsburgh.
He's been injured, he's been suspended. He done something stupid down in reserve grade. Just smacked someone straight in the mouth. A massive punch it was, wasn't it?
No, Wayman's way better than him, Mohammed.
Well,
I think it's right headbutt
Wayman was
stage.
like, people forget Wayman was like 22 when he came to the Dragons too. Like Horsburgh's 26.
Yeah, no, Wayman today, Jesse, he's running from the northern end of Wynn. He's running to the southern end of Wynn. And I shout out, "Hey Mick, you've still got it, mate?" And he goes, "No, I haven't."
You thought
now.
You thought
Mate,
Wayman was a
I
bad
was
comparison.
trying to get
Now there's a Lance Thompson one.
I was trying to get the crowd up. Candace Fallon walked past 3 times. They're going, "Candace, give us a wave."
And she was like,
Candace Fallon, she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah. That. Anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. How did she get a job working sideline for the fucking NRL?
I don't know.
Like,
he works on the back page.
Look,
All their commentators are in Paris.
Look at how passionate about rugby league we are. We would love that job, but no, give it to the pretty girl.
All their commentators are in
Doesn't know
Paris.
anything.
You have to. Look, you have to have your quota of women now. So
They're the eye
we've got
candy.
Coco, if she's still with us.
No, she dropped off, fortunately for you.
Coco's gone. Yeah, Coco's not our quota. Coco's good value.
I love Coco. She's great. I love her passion too. She's got passion. Her and Corey Horsburgh. Whoa! Get them together. Oh my!
She likes
Match
the
made in
Raiders
heaven.
too.
I think her dad loves the Raiders. I think she's got a love-hate relationship with the Raiders. But
No, I think she loves
anyway, guys, we might leave it there tonight. It's thanks very much for everybody that's tuned in to help us drown our sorrows together, because that wasn't the funnest of performances. We'll be back on Tuesday to preview another tough game up against the Melbourne Storm. In the meantime, stay tuned. We'll have some videos about the Mad Dragons Vodcast Player of the Year. We'll announce who our man of the match was. We'll have the lower grades and also NRLW preview. Big T's doing karate. I'm not sure what you're doing there, Big T.
I just want to say, don't forget the NRLW pass to the Eastern Suburbs game, and the Dragons play the Titans, I think. So don't forget that. We've got comments. Get in the comments. Drawn out of a hat, something, whatever Jesse's going to do, and you can win those tickets. We'll
organise that soon, Tony. That's only a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, it's a couple of weeks away, mate. It's a problem for future Donny, mate. We're just wrapping up here.
Sober Donny.
Nah, fuck him. I don't like that bloke. Well, okay, guys, stay salty. Come on, Dragons fans, fire up!
Coco is at Pell's heart, she wears it on her sleeve. As Mustard tells tales of dragons, wins and tuna victory. Tony and the MV crew will do their very best. Hitting off topic and I digress with a red bee on our chest. The Mad Dragon Podcast is a sheep of camaraderie, navigating rants down rabbit holes in the land of big wet feet. And so our paddlers weave the tales, and our prince is our dream.